Namaste yogis, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. So for today's practice, restorative yoga, you need to have your props available. You can always do the practice without props. It's just, remember this class is about relaxing and toning the nervous system. So the more comfortable you can get into each pose, the better. Today, instead of chair shavasana, we're gonna do something a little bit different because we still are under the energy of the full moon, and I figured that we're going to ground ourselves, not from our backs, but from our tummies. So if you like, you can have a pillow or a bolster next to your mat, just for now. And with one of your blankets or towels, if you would like to make a noodle, just a soft noodle, and put it towards your feet so that your feet can rest on that noodle. That way we're not fully extending the top of the feet, the ankles, and you don't get the cramping, and you can fully relax here. The other thing that I like us to do today is to have one blanket folded. Like if you have a blanket or a towel about this size, if you fold it not too thick, about an inch thick and about 4 to 5 inches wide, you're gonna place it in your tummy between, right below the rib cage. We're gonna try to get the pubic bone onto the floor if we can. And then for the next blanket, you can have it there in case you need it under the forehead. If you cannot turn your head sideways, that's another option for you to protect your neck. So as we go into this crocodile position, you will see what I mean. So I'm gonna get my timer going. All right, so when you are ready, gonna go onto your tummy. Have your feet or your ankles right into the, on the blanket, not in, but on. And then adjust your tummy on the other blanket so that your pubic bone, see if you can bring it down to the floor. Okay, hopefully you can see there. Make sure that this is not digging on your lower back. Then bring your hands one on top of the other under the forehead. Relax your forehead down, relax your elbows, your shoulders. Maybe bring your big toes to touch and let your heels flare. And take a couple of long, deep breaths here. If this pinches your shoulders, you can take your blanket instead, fold it as thick as you need to. Everybody has different needs for the neck, so some of you might need to go a little higher than others. Rest your forehead on your blanket. You can bring your hands by your feet, palms facing up. So this is another option. And even if your shoulders don't pinch, you might want to try it out and see if this works for you. If the blanket is too much, some of you might be able to bring the forehead all the way down onto the floor and relax the shoulders down. So a few options here with your arms. And just pick the one that works best for your shoulders with your neck and breathe. And scan your body from bottom to top. Relax your toes. Relax your foot soles. Relax the top of your feet. Relax your ankles. Relax your shins, your calves. Soften your knees. Allow your thighs to soften on the floor. Relax your buttocks. Notice your hips, if perhaps you feel your hips either on the blanket or on the floor. See if you can allow your pubic bone to rest on the ground. As you breathe in, think about your belly pressing against the floor and your back body expanding. Expand into your side ribs and into your chest. Let your shoulders be relaxed. Relax your arms and hands. Relax your face, your jaw. Keep your eyelids softly closed. And if it's comfortable for you, maybe draw your eyes towards the center of the forehead, your Ajna chakra, or third eye. And then begin breathing mindfully again from bottom to top. Inhale from your belly, side, ribs, and chest, and think about breathing into your back body. And exhale, let your body fall. Breathing deeply into your lower back, into your mid back and side ribs, into your upper back, armpits, shoulders, feeling up to the top of your lungs. Send your breath to the back so that you can really expand your lungs. And when you exhale, let all the air go from top to bottom. Let your shoulders drop. Empty your side ribs. Notice your back descending. Notice your hips sinking onto the floor. Continue at your own pace and don't let your mind wander. Once you have your breathing pattern already, like your body already knows how to breathe, we're gonna try to find that pause at the top of the inhalation. Gentle pause if you have any concerns with your eyes, eye pressure, or heart condition. So you can hold at the top of the inhalation for 1 or 2 counts. Just think about elongating the action of inhaling. And don't let it be pressure on your temples or eyes. And when you're ready to exhale, softly release the air through your nostrils. Empty your body. Make sure that when you exhale, you continue to exhale even when you think all the air is gone, because many times we still have some more air in our lungs, so we want to really get all that out before we take the next inhalation. Those of you who are safely practicing Kumbhaka, if you're not pregnant or have no problems with your heart or blood pressure, we're gonna hold at the top of the inhalation for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue breathing in and out 4 counts. Don't worry about kumbhaka. See if you find your breath a little different. Take 2 more breaths like this. 4 as you inhale, 4 as you exhale. When you are ready, move your head lifted slightly and move your gaze towards the left. And notice if that works for you. Sometimes when we put the mat on the cervical spine, some of you will find that you feel that the mat all the way down on your hips, on your lumbar spine. So pay attention how that reflects on the rest of the body. If your neck is okay here, you can keep your hands under the temple, or if you choose, you can bring your right hand by your hip, palm facing up, rounding your shoulder onto the floor. Breathe here. We're gonna work with a very gentle hip opener. Have your pillow or your bolster close to you. And when you're ready, bring your left knee out to the left. You can have it on the bolster or the pillow. If you would like, instead of resting the temple on the floor, you can have the extra blanket and adjust it. You can bring your arm, your left arm around your face. Close your eyes and breathe. Feel free to change your position until you find the pose that works for you the best. Make sure that your body is comfortable. Eventually your hips will be parallel to the floor, or maybe not. Just make sure that you adjust. You can bring your left hip higher and bring your bolster closer to you, or make the bolster, or if you have a pillow, folded so that your knee is higher. So there are many ways in which you can make this pose more comfortable. If you like to work with mudras, bring your right hand into Gyan Mudra and your left hand into Shinmaya Mudra. So you want to bring your hand into a fist on the left hand and bring your thumb and index to touch. Rest your palm down, right hand, palm is facing up, thumb and index touching, other 3 fingers extended. Breathe here. Notice your breath. It might be shifting by now. Some of you will notice the sensation of the breath changing right away, and some of us will take a little more of practice to start feeling those shifts. That's okay. Just keep paying attention to your breath. I'll leave you to it. Just like you did before, send your breath into your back body. Think about expanding into the left side of the body as well. We're gonna take 2 more breaths here. And when you are ready, without rushing, release your mudras. Mindfully move your leg down again. Big toes touch heels out. Maybe hands under the forehead. Take a few moments. Observe. You want to be mindful of your shoulders as you pass your pillow or your bolster to the other side. Feel free to come up to on your knees if you want, or pass it behind you if it's not too heavy. And once you have your prop on the right side, turn your head to the right. Notice if that works for your neck. Readjust your hips if needed. And if that is okay, maybe bring your left hand by your hip, palm facing. Remember, you have that extra blanket in case you want to have more support. Relax your shoulders, relax your hands. And when you are ready, take your right knee out to the right and maybe place it on your bolster or your pillow. Your hips are going to shift, your pelvis is going to shift, and that's okay. We're going to let gravity take over, so that's going to give us that hip opening sensation and effect. Breathe here. Maybe go onto your mudras if you were working with them. So your right hand will go onto Gyan Mudra, your left hand, sorry. So your hands are touching, your palm facing up, and your other 3 fingers are facing up. Right hand goes into Shingmaya Mudra to touch, resting your hand down, your palm facing down. And then begin breathing deeply. See if you can concentrate on your breath. If there is any change in the sensation, the length, the pace of the breath. Deep breathing, don't let your mind wander. We're gonna take 2 more breaths here. Be very mindful as you release your mudra and turn your gaze down. Bring your hands under the forehead. Extend your leg. Big toes touch, heels out. Breathe. Now for the next asana, it depends if you have knee problems. I will give you an option first for those of you who would rather not go on your knees. So we're going to be working with a twist. So for you, we're going to come to the side, towards the left side. Take your bolster or pillow. And actually, let us start on the right side. So facing towards the right. You can keep the blanket there if you like, and you can have the extra blanket for under your head. So if you have your bolster or you have a big pillow, you're gonna have it along the mat, stack your knees, rotate your torso, and rest onto the pillow. You can rest your gaze towards the knees, or if you want a little more, depending on the neck, you might be able to twist your or bring your gaze away from the knees and twist your neck to the side. But this is not for everybody. Like, I don't like that. Actually, my neck is not happy there, so I would stay here. So just check what works for you. Make sure there is no weight on your right arm. And so that is the option that I give you for those of you who don't want to go on your knees. If you don't have any problems going on your knees, you're gonna keep your feet under the blanket. If you would like to have the blanket, the other blanket under the knees for extra support, you're welcome to do that. And then have your bolster or pillow just next to your knees, a little bit just in front of your knees. Hinge forward and bring your left arm onto the floor and towards the right. Have the other blanket under your head. Bring your knees wide apart, and we're gonna be rotating towards the left, so your left arm is towards the right. And you can bring your right hand up and breathe. So pick one of the two options that feels better in your body. So I'm gonna do it the other side so that you can see what that looks like on the other side. So your head is resting on your blanket, so make sure that your blanket is high enough. The rest of your body is on your pillow and your arm is up. So there's a gentle rotation going on in your spine. Make sure this is not pinching your shoulder. If that doesn't suit your shoulder, you can bring your hand on your lower back, palm facing up. Make sure this is not bothering your knees, your back, your hips. Breathe deeply. Well, I'm going to stay this way. If your body is tense, if you're having a hard time breathing, this pose might not be for you, so you are welcome to go to the other version. Remember, we are working with the lines of energy so that we can allow prana to move freely, toning your nervous system, and just energizing you while relaxing you. Just finding that perfect balance. Just honor your body. If it's asking for an adjustment, just give it to it. You can have as many blankets as you need under the head. You can have a prop between your seats and your heels. We're going to take 2 more breaths here, full deep breaths. And when you're ready, mindfully release your left hand on the floor, under the shoulder. And as you exhale, push yourself up slowly. You can take your time to readjust if you need to. Make sure that your knees are still okay. Adjust your pillow, and when you're ready, hinge at the hips, rotate to the other side. Those of you who were on the bolster, same thing, come up slowly and turn to the other side. And when you're ready, bring yourself onto your gentle twist. your knees facing, your gaze may be facing towards your knees if you are on from your laying down position, laying down on your side. You can bring, if you are on your child's pose, you can bring that upper arm towards the top of the mat. If your shoulder allows, you can bring your hand into cupcake hand, or rest your hand on your lower back, palm facing up. Once again, whatever feels more supportive for you. And then maybe close your eyes and breathe deeply. And whichever version you are, every time you breathe in, your tummy will either press against the pillow or the bolster or your thighs if you are on your child's pose. So focus on that, a stimulation. And do try to find space in the side of your body, the back body, and expand a little more with each breath. If you need something extra than the breath, you can include a mantra. I like working with so hum. So as you inhale, hum as you exhale. So hum. Or continue to watch the breath. I will leave you to it. We're gonna take 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, be mindful. Bring your right hand or left hand, the one that you had on your back or forwards, bring it under the shoulder and push yourself up. We're gonna come towards the center. So if you were on your sitting on your side, you can lay down on your belly again or on your back if you prefer, just to balance your body. And those of you who are in child's pose, we're not staying here for too long. We're gonna stay at the center just to find that equalization of the hips and the spine. Your choice of bringing the forehead onto the blanket or stacking your fist under the forehead. Once more, the adjustment that you do is totally up to your neck, up to your back. I'll take a few moments, observe. And now from whichever position you went to equalize, you're going to find your way mindfully onto your seated position. If you're on your knees, bring your hands under the shoulders and push yourself up. If you're on your tummy, same thing. If you're on your back, move to your side and mindfully come up onto your seated. So from seated position, we can sit on our pillow or a blanket if you like. And first, extend your legs when you get there and shake the tension off. Move them side to side, move your feet. Maybe close your eyes for a few moments, just taking a moment to feel the sensations, especially if you were on your child's pose. And as the blood rushes back down to your feet, your legs, you're gonna use that sensation as your main focus. Make sure that your knees are not hyperextending. If you're on a bolster, you can have a bend on your knees, or you can have props under your knees. Don't let your mind wander. If you like working with mudras, you can bring your fingertips together for Hakini Mudra. We're gonna take 3 more breaths here. Tuck your chin onto your chest and blink your eyes open, wiggle your toes, move your feet side to side, and find your way onto your Sukhasana or easy pose. So for your Sukhasana, remember you can have your blankets folded under your knees if you wish. You can have a prop to tilt your pelvis forward a little bit so you find neutrality, shoulders back and down. Tuck your chin onto your chest and move your chin across the collarbone side to side. And feel the stretch on the sides and back of the neck. The next time your chin goes towards the right shoulder, stay here and breathe. And maybe move your head like saying no, still looking sideways. Maybe move your head up and down like saying yes. When your chin comes back down to the shoulder, stay here and be mindful as you bring it back to the center of the chest. And when you're ready, move it slowly to the other side. And once you get to the other side, we once more move the head like saying no. Maybe up and down, like saying yes. Feel the stretch on the right side. When your chin comes back down to the shoulder, bring it towards the center of the chest. Bring your gaze forward and up. Relax your shoulders back and down. Perfect. Extend your legs, shake the tension off, move them side to side, and we're going to find Sukhasana again on the other side. So crossing your legs the other way. Shoulders away from the ears. Bring your fingertips towards the floor, and the next time you exhale, walk your fingertips towards the right. And we're just gonna go as far to the right as feels right for the hip. Plant the hand on the floor and bring your left hand on your lower back, palm facing away from the body. Rotate your torso slightly forward And we're gonna massage the neck again. So maybe move your head, like saying no or yes. You can let your head relax down towards your shoulder if that is okay for the neck. So you'll get a deeper extension through the left side. And if you want to get even more stretch, you can push your shoulder down and that will elongate the upper part of your traps. Be mindful of your neck, so if this feels like it's pinching your cervical spine, keep your head higher then. And maybe moving your head like saying yes. The next time you exhale, maybe you walk a little bit deeper onto your side. You don't have to. We'll take one more breath, full deep breath. And very mindfully extend your arm if it was bent. Walk your hand close to your body. Come back to an upright and release your left hand, shoulders back and down. Switch your legs, fingertips to the sides, and walk your left hand out to the left. And once more, find that place that works for you. Side bending to the left, bringing the right hand on the lower back, palm faces away. Plant the hand on the floor once you feel comfortable. And when you're ready, start massaging your neck again. So play around with the motion of your head. Once again, if you choose, you can let your head dangle and move towards the left shoulder, but be mindful that this is not too much for your collarbone, for your shoulder, for your neck. If it's not pinching, you may start moving. Push your right shoulder down and you'll get a deeper extension. On your next exhalation, if your body allows, you can go a little deeper onto your side bend, but you don't have to. We'll take one more breath here, full deep breath, and when you are ready, extend your arm if it was bent and walk your hand in towards your body. Come back to an upright, release your right hand forward, relax your shoulders back and down, palms facing down. Close your eyes, watch your breath. The next meditation is a meditation in motion. It is also a pranayama, and it involves your shoulders. If you find it hard on your shoulders, please stay still. And you can adjust the movement of your hands or your arms, or simply skip it and focus on your breath. Let's begin. You may switch your legs if you like, again. Send the weight to the front of your sit bones and think about elongating your back. Bring your hands in front of your body. So if you bend your elbows, your hands will be almost in front of your Manipura chakra, making cups with your hands. My teacher used to call this one water overhead. So if you're good with your third eye, and by good I mean if you like to work with your imagination, that's all. You may close your eyes and visualize yourself getting some purifying water at the top of the head. So it goes like this. As you take your next inhalation, hinge from the hips, scoop your hands, like if you had water on your hands. Maybe bring your elbows closer together. They don't have to touch, don't force them. Keep the cups of the hands up and then pour the water overhead as you exhale. Inhale, arms down, scoop water, hinge forward. Exhale, water overhead. It is strong for your shoulders, so don't overdo it. We're gonna work with the timer. Don't let your mind wander. Find your rhythm. Match the movement with the pace of the breath. Inhale, scoop the water, elbows closer. Exhale, pour the water on your Sahasrara chakra, your ground chakra. You can visualize yourself being in a crystal clear, beautiful lake or river or ocean or whatever appeals to you. You can think of a very warm and sunny day as you start scooping this purifying water at the top of the head. Just think about each scoop of water washing down any thoughts, any pains, any habits that might be hurting you, any expectations. Whatever feels heavy, just allow this water to wash it down. Elbows may not touch. Do not force it. That's not a goal. I'll leave you to it. We'll do 3 more rounds. Release your hands, relax your shoulders back and down. Keep your cups facing up. Notice your breath. Notice your shoulders. You want to think about retracting your shoulder blades, extending through the front of your chest, your pectoral muscles. We're going to switch the legs and do it again, hinging forward. So when you're ready, open your eyes, extend your legs, shake the tension off, and move on to the other side. So crossing the other way, readjust. Bring your hands together at the center of the heart. Cup your hands in front of you. Take a few moments here. We're gonna hinge from the hips once again, so you'll feel the stretch on the other hip and on the other glute. Watch for the shoulders, don't overdo it. When you are ready, inhale, scoop the water. Bring it up, elbows closer together. Exhale, pour the water overhead. Don't let your mind wander. Continue to visualize yourself in this source of clear, beautiful water, or you are just allowing all of the pain to wash away, all of the stresses, anything that's keeping you from experiencing full deep breaths, you may allow it to go away with the water. Inhale, hinge forward, rise your hands. Exhale, pour the water on the crown of the head. Elbows down, inhale, hinge. 3 more breaths. When you finish with your 3 rounds, release your hands on your knees. Relax your shoulders back and down. Observe your breath. Keep your Mukula Mudra, cupping your hands, palms facing up. It's a gesture of being open to receive pranic energy. Don't let your mind wander. We'll take one more breath, full deep breath. Tuck your chin onto your chest. Blink your eyes open, gaze forward, release. Relax your shoulders. The final asana will allow to stretch your shoulders after working with this meditation. Your body will like this last stretch. If you have a bolster, you can work with your bolster. If you have a pillow, try to have a thicker pillow or 2 pillows if you want. You can also have extra support with your blankets like I am doing right now. So the whole point of your having your support under your head is it will allow you for that deep stretch on your upper back especially. So here is the deal. If you have lumbar spine pain and if going into a back bend from your lumbar spine, if you have any concerns with that, you're not gonna have your body so close to the bolster as I do right now, because that will only bring tension to your lumbar. Instead, you're gonna move away from your prop or your pillow or bolster, just like a foot or so that the space between your shoulder blades will land on your prop. You can have the extra blanket. I did have an extra blanket, didn't I? Oh yeah, there. Under your head. And that will give you that upper back extension. Still bring your hands by your sides, palms facing up. If you love back bends and your body's craving for a deeper extension, then you're welcome to go closer, but do watch it for your lower back. This doesn't make it a better back bend. It's just a different back bend. So please do listen to the body. So some days this is gonna feel awesome and some days it's the other one, so play around with it. If this is still too much, you can have props under your hips, under your glutes to lift your hips and minimize the arch on the lumbar spine. So play around with it. Also tucking the tailbone can help to elongate your back. Press your heels away from the body, then relax your toes forward. Bring your hands by your side so your shoulders will fall towards the floor. They, of course, are not going to touch the floor. Relax your hands, close your eyes, and breathe. If you like mudras, because we are working with the Anahata Chakra, the heart center, I offer you a Panavayu mudra, one of my favorite mudras, the heart mudra. So bring your index to the base of your thumb And then your thumb, the tip of your thumb will touch your middle finger and ring finger. Your pinky will be extended. This was my teacher's favorite mudra. And it is my favorite mudra too. Relax your jaw, relax your face, your eyes, and breathe. Some of you will experience a warm sensation at the center of the chest at a heart level. Some of you will feel the energy kind of moving around that center. This mudra helps to spin the Anahata chakra or the heart center chakra, this energetic vortex that when it's moving with ease and without blockages, we can feel our feelings, but also let them go, not getting stuck with any emotion. Remember, yoga is not about blocking the emotions. We must feel them all, embrace them all, but also allow them to go, not getting attached to any of them. Rising and falling. Don't let your mind wander. Your arms can be at a T position or an A frame. They can go a little higher. Your shoulders and your chest will let you know what works for you today. Apana Vayu, aside from moving the Anahata chakra, this vortex of energy, it lowers the blood pressure, it slows down the heart rate, it tones the nervous system, it quiets the mind. You will notice that the exhalations naturally elongate. A great mudra to remember when we are dealing with deep emotions. If you can combine this mudra with the chest opener, like we are doing right now, and focus on your Dirga Pranayama, your belly breath, to expand your diaphragm, and so that you can get even more prana into the lower lobes of your lungs. Just really getting all that amazing life force into the lungs. My teacher used to say that when the lungs are full of breath and full of prana, there is no space for worries, for sadness, for depression. Think about that whenever you are struggling with your thoughts and emotions and you seem not to be in control. Please know you have control of your breath, and it all starts with the breath anyways. Even our life starts with a breath, with an inhalation. Can you notice the difference of your breath? The sensations? You might feel some freshness on your throat, your chest. How does the prana manifest in your body with this Apana Vayu Mudra. We'll take one more breath here, full deep breath. Remember, you can pause the video and stay here for as long as you want. Otherwise, on your next exhalation, release your mudra, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. You may bend your knees and bring your foot soles on the floor and fall over your side, your favorite side. Don't come straight up from your pillow. You want to be mindful of your back, and once on your back, on your side, sorry, you're going to move your props away from you. You can have the blanket still under your head if you choose. Extend your legs, hands, and notice how you feel. How is your body? You feel a little more grounded. Can you feel your rib cage dropping on the floor? Bend your knees, bring your foot soles on the ground and find your way onto your butterfly position. Bring your foot soles together, knees out, maybe tuck your tailbone. Then you want to balance out your pelvis so your pubic bone and your hip bones are parallel to the floor, and continue to drop your rib cage. Breathe. Maybe draw a smile on your face, even if you don't feel like smiling. This is just to send signals to the brain that all is well. Your mind will catch up. We'll take one more breath here, full deep breath. When you are ready, mindfully bring your knees up, extend your legs, observe. You may press your heels away from you and then relax. Remember, you can always adjust your Shavasana by sliding your hands behind your neck, moving your head slightly up, and just elongating the back of your neck. Relax your shoulders back and down. We can stay here for as long as needed, or let us take 2 more breaths. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, move your feet side to side, stretch your arms overhead and tense every muscle, squeeze tight, 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 prune face. Exhale, release. Again, flex or point your feet, press your body down, squeeze, prune face. Exhale, release. One more time. Flex or point, squeeze tight, tight, tight. All tensions, worries, sadness, go to the hands. Exhale, let them go and know they are in better hands now. When you are ready, move onto your favorite side. Lay on a fetal position. Take a few moments here. Use your top hand to slowly help yourself up on your next exhalation. You're gonna cross your legs or sit on your heels. You can sit on your props if you wish. Remove the extra flesh from underneath, maybe. Bring your hands together at the center of the heart. Shoulders back and down. Relax your jaw, relax your face. We're gonna seal our practice with the sound and vibration of Om. Relax your jaw. We'll take a breath together first. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to Om. Relax your face, relax your jaw. We'll take 3 breaths together. Inhale to the top of your lungs. Side out. Again, inhale. Side out. Last one, inhale. Let all tension out. Tuck your chin onto your chest, blink your eyes open, and shower yourself with your own good vibes all around you. And shake off all tensions, all worries. Don't take them with you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.